Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, and in today's episode we've got a brand new Santa Fe to show you, and I'm very excited to share our thoughts. Ollie's over here as well in a very pink top. What are you excited to see today, Ollie?
I am excited to show you guys everything about the Santa Fe. I've been rocking with this car for a while now. I'm going to tell you what it's like to drive on the roads, give you an honest review. I'm going to tell you things I like, things I don't like, what the best trim level is to get, and there's one big problem with this car. I'm going to tell you what it is. That sounds good, keep watching. Just to let you guys know, we release an episode every single Friday. Next week, we check out the Leapmotor C10, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the episode. Hyundai's plug-in hybrid vehicles are booming globally. Over 11,300 units of plug-in hybrid models have been sold in Q3 2025 alone. That's 26% up year on year. Here in the UK, the Santa Fe plug-in hybrid is building real momentum. It's got 1,826 registrations so far in 2024 and 2025. It's no surprise then that Santa Fe has been crowned the What Car's best hybrid 7-seater, not once, but 2 years running in 2024 and 2025. Right, I'm going to quickly run through all of the cool features you get with this car. Dual glove boxes, wireless phone chargers with rubber mats, heads-up display, low sound system, heated seats, and ventilated seats too. Heated rear seats, rear view camera, 360 camera, USB-Cs in the seats, blinds, remote parking camera here, a drawer that allows you access to the center console. Okay, let's talk about some stats with this Santa Fe. This is the ultimate trim. You get premium, ultimate, and calligraphy. Got a 1.6 petrol engine. It's got a 13.8 kilowatt hour battery, which on the website Hyundai say can do 33.6 miles of range. Not groundbreaking, is it? 253 PS performance. I think that's more than enough. We'll talk about that later as well. And then you've got a 0 to 62 for 9.3 seconds. Overall, people have said around 40 mpg. Now, I'll let you know what I've been averaging later on, and I want to hear from you guys what you've been averaging. Now, the first thing you notice when you jump into your Santa Fe is you have got a great seating position. And because it's so boxy, I've got a ton of headspace. Visibility is brilliant. I can see straight over the bonnet. It gives me great reference points, so I can place the car exactly where I want on these Type B roads, and also when I'm parking as well. When I look behind me, I just see so many windows, and I can see out the rear window really well, so I'd say visibility is pretty good, and the pillars don't seem to be too wide either, and they haven't hindered anything just yet. Now, we spoke about the battery in this car, and it's not too big. I've got 10 miles left, 48% battery, 10 miles left. This car will never ever deplete completely. It'll always keep a bit of charge, like 10%, but it won't be able to use as EV mode. Now, at the moment, I can actually put EV mode on, but it's so easy. I do love that it's got that electrification side of things with this car. I just wish it just had a little bit more, that's all. Because if you look at the hybrid version for the Santa Fe, which is cheaper than this, it works out more efficient in terms of the MPG. And I guess it's just, I don't know, it's that kind of asking that question as to why would you get this particular plug-in hybrid vehicle when the MPG isn't doing too well. And at the end of today, we'll show you our real-life MPG so we can have a chat about it. Okay, it's time now to review the third row. Now, I have been in and out of 7-seater SUVs more than your nan's purse at Poundland. So let's see what opening I get. Press this button, slings it forward, that's handy. Jump in across here.
There. I think the opening could be better. I don't know. What do you think? You got enough room for an adult in there?
Just about. I mean, as you can see here, my knees, this is quite far back. This would have to go forward. The biggest thing you're going to notice straight away is headspace. Because of the style and the shape of the box of the car, you actually get good headspace. This is on fully reclined, so you can recline the rear seats. 6-footers, you are going to be fine if you haven't got legs, like Adam said. But to be fair, if you move the seats forward a bit, then you've got headspace. If I slide over to this one.
Move over there and I'll show them knee room.
So this is like fully far back. I wouldn't want to sit here for too long. Although I've got plenty of headspace, and I've got a window here that allows light, so it's not too claustrophobic. Got a USB charger there. Got an adapter. Well, I'd need an adapter. Look, I've got a plug socket there, but it's not UK spec, but you could get an adapter for that. Then you've got AC, so that's good. You want to crank that up. But really, I'd want this a little bit forward. But I think this has got to be one of the best headspaces for a third row. So this one's up, and that one is reclined.
So you've got enough room for 2 adults, definitely enough room for kids. Let me just
push that one back, and then I'll slide into this one. There we go. Now if I slide into this one, that's a little bit better for me. So look, that's a bit better. This is a bit more comfortable.
Okay, so now you've got plenty of knee room, and this is the space of the second row, so you'd have to have it just forward that much to enable 3 rows of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't using these seats all the time, it's okay. But I think you could actually use them pretty much day to day because there is some space back here. Let's talk about boot space then with the Santa Fe. At the moment, we've got all 3 rows up. Now, they don't actually give you, or we can't find an actual literage of all rows up, what you get here, but it's pretty small, as you can see. But if you put these seats down, and there's a bit of leverage there that goes backwards, if you put these seats down, then you then get 621 litres of boot space. You've got little bits going on here. You've got a 12-volt socket, which is pretty handy. And then, if we put these seats down, which this is handy, electric buttons, one press there, bosh, and then this one, bosh, that's handy. Now, we've got 1,942 litres of boot space. Loads of space, I think, in the vehicle, and you could probably get a little mattress down here as well. Is that big enough for you? I'm doing it. I'm putting it into sport mode, and I'm dropping the hammer. Can you hear the engine? That is about as loud as you will get the engine. I think that's fine, appropriate. Now, I don't think this is the type of car you want to drive fast. This road's not too bad, this B road here. Got some good corners. At the moment, it's pretty capable. Tons of grip, 4-wheel drive. But the performance is there. You know, pulling away, out of junctions, making overtakes, mid-torque. I think 253 PS is more than enough for this car. And I think there's some moments where you think, oh, it's got a bit of a go. Now, I'm not actually going too fast around that corner, but I'm having to just get ready and counteract the body roll that this car has. So I think it's great that it's got a sport mode, and it's great to just give it some beans, and especially if you're doing a review on the car like us, or maybe you're going on a test drive just because you want to see it. But I think after you've done it a few times, you're probably not going to do it again. You're going to kick back, put it in sport mode. I'm changing with the gears now at the moment in sport because that's good, the flappy paddles with the gears. But I think what you'll mostly do, what most people will do, is put it back into eco, sit back and relax and chill, because that's when this car is most premium and most relaxing. Okay, let's talk about trim levels, and in my opinion, what the best trim level to get is, straight out of the hat, premium. Premium is the one I think to get. The cheapest Santa Fe is the premium. It's £52,000, or just £5 over that. And then you've got the Ultimate, which this is, and the Ultimate adds heads-up display, Bose sound system, and then you can choose a no-cost option for the interior and the leather. Whereas the premium, you get black, but it doesn't matter. You've got everything, front and rear sensors, camera, you've got a wireless charge pad. It's only a single one, but you still got it. You still got the power tailgate. You get so much in premium. And then if you go up to the top spec, which is calligraphy, where have we heard that before? Anyway, calligraphy brings Napa leather seats, the UVC thing we mentioned where you can open your top glove box and sanitize phones or whatever. And I just think when you look at them and you look online and you spec in them, it just gets really expensive. And to me, I don't think you need to go any more than premium. Premium would be my recommendation. Let me know what you think the best trim is.
So I really want to show you around this car because it has a lot of divided opinions. And personally, I saw the images when it first came out and I was like, oh, this car is a bit different. It's styled very nicely. It looks a bit more premium. But what do you think, Ollie? What's your opinion?
It's very boxy. I think this is very controversial because one of my best friends, I was excited to show him because I really love the look and I love the proportions and shape. And he just looked at me and went, that is ugly. That is a cardboard box. But I quite like the quadratic look. What do you think, Adam?
I'll tell you what, the front of this car, it does look quite mean. I do like the front of it. I feel like it's a bit sort of defendery. It's a bit rugged. It's giving, quite masculine vibes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if these do actually. These are functional vents down on the front. That's good to see. They've got these H motifs around the car. H for Harry, the guy who designed it. I'm joking. It's Hyundai. You thought it was Harry.
No one got that joke or found it funny. But but I do like this grille. It looks cool. I think you've got to agree that the front of this car is its best angle.
I think it's good.
Moving around the side, I'm not sure these are the best wheels that you can get on this.
Well, the 20 inches go from all the trim levels, really. I think if you go for the calligraphy top trim level, you might get a bit of a different design. But I think they do the job. I don't think you want too much of a flashy wheel on this. That's fine for me.
They do the job. But let me show you the side profile. So go and stand next to it, Ollie.
All right.
So you can get an idea of size. And how tall are you?
5'11".
Not really.
How tall are you, mate? You're really small.
I'm 5'10".
You're like a borrower.
I'm not a borrower.
Anyway, there you go.
Okay, anyway, this is the side profile. It gives you an idea of how big it is. It's quite a long car, isn't it? It's sort of like van-like.
The back really feels really elongated, doesn't it?
It sticks out.
to try and maximise space for your 7-seater people. But yeah, it does feel big. What do you think about this around the side? Do you think these arches are quite cool? They're quite pronounced. Look quite cool. They make you forget about this cladding, this plastic cladding, especially in this. This is called Typhoon Silver, £700 as an option if you wanted to know what the colour was.
I quite like the option. It's just great, isn't it, the colour?
No chrome either. I love there's no chrome on the window trim. That's really smart choice.
Big chunky bars at the top. That's pretty cool.
Black gloss as well. Looks cool. So this
Very
is the
nice.
ultimate trim if you wondered. We'll talk more about trim levels.
Do you think it needs the silver along the bottom?
I think it does break it up a little bit. I don't mind the silver. It's not too chromy, so it does kind of break up some of the colour. This is a big talking point.
We're putting off showing on the back of this car because what is going on? Why did they just forget about the bottom and think, oh, that'll do? Look at the state of it.
So there is a reason, and some of you might know the reason, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you. So the reason why they put these lights lower rather than up here, so they're actually in symmetry with the front lights, is they could have a wider opening of the boot because they've got these big struts, which you'll see here, and how these are mounted, and with the electronics and everything, the lights had to go lower. That's their reasoning. That's what they're telling us. But if I'm being honest, could you argue you'd get more sales because it would look better if you did shift the lights up?
I disagree. I think there would be a way of doing that. But yeah, obviously the boot...
I love that. Engineering Adam. Oh, you're talking shit, mate.
You are. There must be a way of doing that. You can see it's obviously a nice big boot there and loads of loading capacity and loads of loading
Massive
room.
hole,
But it is a massive, massive hole.
It's good.
Put the boot down. So yeah, the lights are too low.
Do you know what though?
What?
I have got a brand new idea.
Go
and
on.
when we get into the interior about what this logo should be at the back, you're going to love it. Adam, you're going to love it. And I'll tell you when we do the interior check. But yeah, sometimes, I mean, that's a big old Santa Fe, innit? But you know why it's so big? Because the surface area is huge. They've gone, oh my gosh, Barry, we put the lights too low. We need a big font here. So it blurs it a bit. But that's why they've got the font so big, because there's just so much space.
I know, yeah. I'm obviously not a fan of the back, but some people definitely are. And I feel like maybe if you're one of the people, you have to let us know in the comments down below, or just let us know your opinion about the look of it.
Do you know what? It reminds me of someone, like a man who's wearing his trousers too low. Like this is the belt. Or back in the day, you remember when Britney Spears did that? I'm a slave. She wore jeans really low, and that's what it looks like. There's a lot of top body, and then the trousers just pulled round really low.
So it's a low rider or a, chav.
Yeah, one of them. Okay, so around that side is the plug-in hybrid charge port. Around this side is the petrol, so 1.6 petrol. Adam, could you show everyone how you open the cap? The car is unlocked.
Car is unlocked. Well, normally you just press it, wouldn't you? And you just press it and it would come out. Yeah.
How are you getting on?
Not very good. Has it got a button?
Come on me. Because these are things I had to, having the car for a while, had to figure out. Okay, so here's your button. You press that. I get it, sure. But how many of us go to the petrol station? We've got kids screaming. We get out, we come round to the petrol pump, and then we go, oh, I've got to go all the way back round. I know it's minor, but it will happen. You will forget. You have to press the button every single time, even if the car's unlocked. Talk to me, Adam. Is that annoying?
It is a bit annoying. It wouldn't be hard just to put a little presser on there, would it?
I don't understand what's wrong with, a clicker. Like, click it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And now I've clicked it shut. To get that back open, I've got to go.
Forget it.
Can't be bothered.
Pause on the video just to share with you some of our latest links. We've got some exclusive members content for you. So we're going to bring brand new lease deals and some car news for you and some exclusive shorts as well. We've also got a brand new Patreon. So if you want your name featured in our videos, please sign up and follow the link in the description, as well as some brand new merch. We've got some cool designs I want you to check out and let us know what you think.
Okay, we're going to talk about MPG then. What have I been averaging, and a little look at some of the data. Now I've been slamming it a bit this video, saying 40 mpg and so forth, but actually you can get higher than 40 mpg in terms of efficiency, because on my data, 9 hours and 5 minutes of driving since refueling this car, it's been doing 50.5 mpg. That's good. I'm happy with that. However, that's with me pretty much topping up the electric vehicle battery, because I've been charging it up pretty much every day of having the car. So 50.5 mpg. If you were to go and spend money on the cheaper hybrid version, which has got like a little 1.86 kilowatt hour battery, that does 48 mpg. So you could save a little bit of money and say, I don't want the plug-in hybrid, I just have the hybrid, charge itself up, small battery, 48 mpg. It's 2 mile per gallon off of this. But 50.5 mpg. I want to know from you, in the comments. Do you think that is good enough for this plug-in hybrid vehicle? Are you an owner of a Santa Fe? What MPG have you been getting? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about the suspension with this car. Now, it does feel like a big car, and when you're going smooth and straight, and when I say smooth, I mean your inputs are smooth. You're not being too erratic, giving quick maneuvers or anything like that. And this car will pay you back tenfold. Now, it soaks up the lumps and bumps really well. It's really comfortable. You could see yourself taking this on a big long journey. Now, sometimes where it struggles is when you hit the lumps and the bumps. You can get a little bit of a wallowing effect and a bit of body roll when you're going a bit fast into a corner. But when you are slow and smooth and precise, this car is an absolute dream to drive. It's good on the suspension. I love the steering wheel. I think it's great that it's perfect circle, and that makes, again, you're very accurate when you turn the wheel. It's very direct, it's responsive, it's predictable. You know, there's not much feedback, but it doesn't really matter with this type of car. And you can just sit back and relax. So if you are someone that is going to be smooth and be refined with your driving, then you're going to get a great experience. It's very quiet as well. We've got double acoustic layered windows in the front. When we go to some B roads a bit later, we'll give it a bit of a blast, and that is when you'll hear the loudest the engine will ever be. To me, I don't even think it's loud. I think it's absolutely acceptable. But if you're wondering about the suspension, just know, treat it good, treat it smooth, and it will pay you back tenfold. Now, one really important thing that we should talk about is, what is it like comfort levels in the rear seats while we're on a journey in the Santa Fe? Adam, talk to me.
Okay, so just to review the rear seats of the Santa Fe, let's start with headroom. I've got, honestly, tons of headroom. There's probably nearly enough for another head on top of mine. Knee room, I've got plenty. You know, if you're tall, you can have no problems. You're going to be able to take all sorts of passengers. You've got some hooks here, which is cool, some cup holders, heated seats, which is lovely to see, as well as some nice big windows to look out with blinds, which is definitely very handy. Now, in the middle here, you've got no hump, so you've got plenty of room. There's also a drawer here, which you can't get to because of my tripod in the way. This is accessible from the back as well. Can you see that? So yeah, I mean, moving on to ride comfort, actually, it does feel quite nice. It feels quite supple. It generally is gliding over the lumps and bumps fairly well. So you've got two USBs as well, which is good to see, and the vents are in the side panel here. So just letting you know that. Also, just to mention, you've got Isofix in the back too, but you have to go digging for them, which isn't ideal. And in the middle here, you've got two cup holders, and the actual materials themselves are very nice and smooth, and it does feel pretty good quality. Also, just to mention, if you've got kids in the back, their visibility is quite good because the windows, are actually quite low, so they're going to be able to see quite easily out, which is quite nice if you have little ones. You've also got these seats are positioned quite low as well, so you can see around them nice and clearly, which you don't always get in some cars. Some cars are really hard to see around the seats, so if you suffer with like car sickness or anything, this might be a really good option.
Now, this Santa Fe has remote parking with the vehicle. Now, sometimes it can be pretty temperamental and different ways you can actually activate it. I'm going to show you one tried and tested way that always works. So press the parking button over here for 10 seconds, and as soon as you get this on your screen, it's probably less than 10 seconds, but there you go. As soon as it comes up, remote parking instructions always seems to work. Make sure you're in park, hold that until you get this, then jump out of the vehicle. Let's do it. And then literally on this key fob, you've got these buttons, forward and backwards. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it forwards for me. So if you have a little look, this is the fun part. Okay, I lied. I'm going backwards. So that's going backwards here. Well, let me bring it forwards. I'm going to hold the forward button. That's it. So it's pretty handy. For a mammoth beast like this, if you've got a real tight alleyway or a garage you want to just back it into, this is really handy. Will it stop or run me over? It will. Oh my God, I didn't move and it did stop. Finger was on the button, so it's safe as well. There you go, that's how it works. Hopefully it will help you.
Just to mention this headliner, although it looks great, you can mark it really easily with your hand. And I've tried to sort of unbrush it back to normal, and I just can't get it to look good. So I feel after like a few years, this is going to be really gross. So let us know what you think about that.
Just to mention, if you want to tow, this car can tow a max of 1,100 kilograms. Obviously, other diesels and other cars out there can tow a bit more, so that's something to think of. I want to talk to you about bad things I don't like about the car, having it for a while, and I have picked up on quite a few. Let's reel through them. The price of the car is so damn expensive. If you're looking to get something cheaper than the Land Rover Discovery, which is 65k, then yeah, I guess it's a good option. But there's probably other bits out there. The EV range is so dated already. Like I've got 47%, that's almost half. Say I've got 10 miles. 10 miles at nearly half, 50% battery. That's not good enough when other competitors out there are giving you 75 miles and then some. Okay, the rear lights, we get it. The rear lights, they look off. I know why they've done it like that for the aperture and the wide opening. It doesn't matter, they look off. The fuel cap, that's really annoying. Yeah, there's a button down there, but I think we can agree you'll forget and you want to open it up. No touch feedback on the temperature screen. Probably the one I've had the most problem with is they're very small, they're not quite big enough, I can't see what I'm hitting. It's a safety concern, all right? And they are the things that I don't really like.
Okay, so moving on to the interior of this car, we want to show you around, tell you what it's all about. First of all, you've got like some little, what is that? Is that actually storage or not? Forget that, I'm not sure. But these seats, very nice, aren't they? They're very thick leather.
Yeah, they're good, they are good. Bolsters could be a little bit more. I don't know what's wrong with brands. They don't give you enough bolsters anymore. I want bigger bolsters.
They don't hug you enough.
No.
But they are a really nice, good quality. Let's jump in. Actually, before that, I wanted to show you some storage down here. Put your hand through on it. You can actually put some storage down there with a little 12-volt socket is there. So just to show you that, let's jump in.
Also, there's a little rubber mat in there, which is good, so things will not rattle around. It will stay safe.
Seating position in this car is quite nice. It does ride up quite high. You've got plenty of headroom, and legroom's really good as well, just to give you an idea in case you were wondering. Now, what do you reckon?
I like it. I know, do you know what? In this trim level, which is the ultimate, as a zero cost option, you can have something which is called Supersonic Grey, where you get this cream leather and then you grey elements. There's like a brown version, and then there's a obsidian black, which a lot of people go for black. I like this. And the headliner is like velvety. It's like one of my suit jackets. My blazer's same material.
I don't think you've got any suits.
It's quite fancy, isn't it?
You've got no suits.
No, I'm a suave gentleman. You're just a chav in the streets, mate.
I'm just a chav. There's no need for that offensiveness. Anyway, I don't think you're getting this white because families are going to be buying this car for the 7 seats. Why are you getting white interior if you've got kids and dogs?
I think, obviously, they're very good leather and they're wipeable, I'm guessing, but there is something really nice about it. Oh, it's really light because you've got no pano roof on this one, and you've got so many windows allowing light to pour in, and it's like, it just lifts it. It feels so roomy in here.
It feels like a camper van, doesn't it? It's cavernous. If you look back there, it just goes on for days.
Okay, now listen, remember when we did our walk around outside the car and I said about logos for the new Hyundai?
Yeah.
Right, they used to have that on the wheel. Now they have this, which is 4 dots, okay?
What do the 4 dots represent?
Now, do you know what the 4 dots represent, Adam?
No, that's what
Okay,
I'm asking.
good. All right, good. Well, I just wanted to make sure. Now, when you run your fingers over that,
Don't tell me it's Braille or something.
no, it's Morse code. So that's Morse code.
No, it's not.
It is, I know.
No, it's
so
not. What, 4 dots is
4
Morse code?
dots is Morse code. For what letter do you think?
Um,
Have a guess.
A.
No.
Obviously it's a H.
Obviously it's a H. Now, listen, I think it's a very futuristic and modern look, considering you looking at that H, which is what they have. If you got that little 4 dots on the front and on the back, I think it looked pretty cool.
I know,
Futuristic.
but you know, that is pointless just having that there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll ring up the designers from Hyundai and I'll let him
You
tell
tell
them, yeah?
them that is pointless.
Say, I'll tell you what isn't pointless and what's really good, and I'll probably say it a lot in this video because I like to repeat myself. This wheel is perfectly circular. So many brands are giving us weird misshaped wheels, hexagons,
That's true.
squares.
It's a nice wheel. It's a little
Oh,
bit Land
mate.
Rover-y.
Oh mate, it is
on.
Land Rover-y, but when you're turning, it's so amazing because it fits ergonomically in every part of the body. So like old school people that like to feed the wheel through, it's just really nice. And leather, it's tactile, I like it. I thought when I was in the Xpeng, they had really good wireless phone chargers because they had ventilation. These, with these little rubber mats, lift your phone, so your camera, if you have a bit of OCD like me or ADHD like me, that camera lens
Anything
is...
else you got?
Yeah. Necrophilia? Anyway,
No.
your camera lens obviously doesn't scratch, and because it's rubber, your phone doesn't move about. Every
handy, I like
every
this.
wireless charger should have a rubber mat.
It's quite a big tray just to put your phone in, and it tells you when it's charging. You've also got USBs just in case you need them.
That's
But-
a fast charge. So
Yeah.
when you press
no,
that.
it's cool. It's got lots of good stuff.
Yeah, it's got
hasn't
look, I love that. That looks cool. And night time, we won't be filming at night, but this looked. I drove it back last night from golf. It looked gorgeous because when you change the drive modes, all under here is ambient lighting.
it? If
and it's-
anyone's wondering, he's a golfer.
Yeah, not very good one either. God. But
I
anyway,
like this. I like this. I like the climate control and these buttons. I feel like it's very good. I've got a Range Rover Velar, and it reminds me a little bit of that second screen down there, which I do like. Oh, he's got his hand up.
I hate that down there
Why?
because it's so unsafe, and I'll tell you why.
Why is it unsafe?
When you press, right, one, putting the temperature controls here rather than not like under your infotainment. When you're driving, right, and you're moving your eye line, you want to, under the infotainment, it's not too bad. Down there is a little bit more, and I'll tell you why it's unsafe. These knobs are fine. I can do that, and I can do the level of temperature. When I press this on the move, there's no feedback whatsoever. I have to physically look, press it, and visually see what I've pressed. Because Adam, you press that, and you tell me if you can feel what it's doing.
Well, no, you can't. It's just a touchscreen.
Exactly. There's no haptic feedback.
I know,
so when
but
you're
it looks good, and I think it's good to have a dedicated thing because you're going to learn where stuff is anyway. So I think it's fine to have all of these buttons.
No, I'll just have that buttons. It's unsafe. It's so unsafe.
Not everyone's going to agree with that. But moving on to this, because this is quite nice. It is two separate screens, but it's nice to have it sort of just connected as one big
Where
thing.
have we seen that before? In the Kia.
No idea, like every other car.
Every Kia, Hyundai. The thing is, these are exactly the same. There used to be a bit of differentiation between Hyundai and Kia. Now, they're just plonking in the same infotainment. So there isn't actually that much.
I know. If anyone doesn't know, they're sister companies.
Yeah. So Hyundai's obviously, I think, got a little bit more of a, they want that to be the number one, and then the Kia's like the number two, like the sister, I guess. But anyway, it makes sense from a business point of view to go, you know what, let's just use all the same software and whatever. And there's a few things that do look different, like, for example, if you go into like the icons, they look different than what a Kia does. But everything else, like this especially, like the DigiDash, is really, really similar. And sometimes I can be thinking, am I in a Kia or a Hyundai? But then I guess that's for people that have been in both cars. But it works, it's clear, it's crisp.
Go on, moving on. It's quite responsive as well, the screen, which is good. It does work very well. It's got everything you would expect. I don't like the wood.
Okay.
I don't like the wood.
I don't mind the wood. I think it gives they're trying to make it feel a little bit premium, a bit look luxury. We know that there's wood in Bentleys, Genesis, Rolls-Royce, so they're trying to just add those little elements. I think, again, that's subjective, isn't it? So you'll have to let us know if you like wood. Okay, listen, there's so much to talk about. Like Kias, they give you some really good functional favourite buttons. So if you want a favourite button, there's one here, and there's one here. Now, if you ever want to change your favourite and what it wants to be, guys, just press and hold it for 10 seconds, like so, like this, and it will show you. And now on the screen, you can go through all of these of what your custom button is, and obviously you can change it on there. I've got it on plug-in hybrid. So when I press this one here, it shows me my battery. 15 miles, 58%, all right? Now, if I press this one, which is, you're gonna love this one, it takes you to the driving assists. There's bings and bongs on every car now, and every time you turn it on, it forgets. So I press this button once, it takes me to my driving assistance, and then guys, you can go from here, speed limit, lane keep assist, driving attention warner, that's the big one. Turn that off. That's so that eye doesn't go bing bing. Anyway, so set your favourites up when you get in the car, and then you know to turn off your driving systems. Every time you turn on, press it once and you'd get it done.
Why don't they just have driver profiles and you can just choose to have them all off and then just pick your driver profile, that's it.
I don't know, it must be some sort of law, legislation thing.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, some. To be fair, this is another good one. Some of you might know this already, but if you get in the car and you press the mute button for your volume, you press and hold that, that will turn off and on your speed limit function. All right, so that's a quick one, just another shortcut there. And that is good. And some other cars have like a lane keep assist turn off and on. It used to be on the end of a stalk or somewhere. It doesn't look like they've got it on this one, but you can do it through obviously your infotainment. But those actually are some good tips.
And this is all sort of one colour.
It lifts up from the back as well. Look, so
it does lift up from the front and the back.
If you've got snacks for your kids and you go on and get in there.
Yeah.
And then also it pulls out from the back. Adam will do that in his back review anyway, show you.
Yeah. So in here, you've actually got quite a bit of space. Show them how much space you got.
Oh, mate, look at that. And I can take this. And I can take.
You put some shelving in there.
I can take this
take out.
So when I put stuff in this can actually be pushed back and send stuff to my rear passengers. So that's quite cool.
That is cool. And two cup holders here, which are nice and big, so you've got plenty of room for your bottles and stuff. And you've also got some glove box options. So you've got this little one here, which is, okay, I wouldn't say it's massive. And then this one, which is absolutely pointless. I don't know why that's there. What are you going to put in there? Absolutely nothing. And then a little tray here.
Pop quiz. What other brand gives you two glove boxes?
Oh, I don't know. Is it maybe another company that's also owned by...
Is it Toyota? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
There is a UV light on the top trim, and then the UVC button goes about here or here, and you press it. Now, I don't know how true this is, but then you put your phone in there or anything that you want sterilised, and the UV light, you shut that, it's supposed to neutralise and sterilise. Do you believe that's true?
Pointless. Absolutely pointless.
And that's only on the top trim level. Of course, you'd only get on the top trim.
That's been the overview of the interior. You have to let us know if this is good enough for you. Let us know in the comments.
Take that, Rog. Let's talk about the drive modes and the other modes, because you've got 3 modes to do with your battery. So you've got an EV button where you can just use the EV part of things, and Hyundai say that should be used for lower speeds in your journey, because if you need a little bit more power, then the hybrid, the engine kicks in and takes over. Now sometimes it starts up if you've got enough battery charge in electric in the mornings, which is quite nice, you don't wake your neighbours up. Then you've got another option mode which is called HEV. Now the HEV I think prioritizes like the engine, because what I found is there's no save button, and I always rant on my videos when, if you've got a plug-in hybrid, I love the option to have a save, a dedicated save my state of charge. I want to use it when I want to use it. There's no dedicated one, but I was doing a bit of research and they said the HEV mode helps top up the battery and save your state of charge, but it doesn't really that much, because I can still see that it uses the EV, and you've got a great display that you can use on your DigiDash, so you can see exactly what is being used and when. Now, for experience, if I put it into sport mode, then what happens is, I've noticed it charged up a little bit more. So on your display, you actually see charging, charging, charging. So anyone out there that thinks the same as me and goes, where's the save mode? There's no save mode. I can't save my state of charge and charge it back. Put it in sport mode. That is your best friend if you want to try and charge that battery back up. However, the best way is charge it when you get home in a wall box or 3-pin plug. But again, Kia, Hyundai, they're not giving save modes or a dedicated recharge mode. There's an argument where you could say, well, that's not really how plug-in hybrid should be, but there's also another argument that, you know, give us a save mode, you get them on other plug-in hybrids, why is it not on this one? Okay, so there's EV mode, HEV mode, which is hybrid mode, and then there's auto mode. So auto mode, basically, if you're on a long journey, that automatic mode will flip between the battery and the engine, and it will use algorithmically what is going to be most efficient for you. But I don't know, I think it's too many modes. It's just, I would probably put it in the HEV mode and then use the EV if you've got enough. The only annoying thing is here, this car came out in 2024, it's only got 33.6 miles of range. I think that's a bit dated already. If you look around other competitors, you're looking at 70, 75 plus miles of range. I mean, look at the Tayron. I think that comes with 76 miles of range. BYD have got 70, MG HS, although some of those might not be 7-seaters. They've got more than 30, 33 miles of range in their electric battery. So that really, to me, is the big problem that we have in this car, because it's just not that efficient. And then when you've drained it, you're just driving around a heavy car with a battery which is completely depleted as well. It needs to be busier and bigger. I mean, it needs to be a bigger battery. And so, yeah, I just think 33.6 miles just doesn't cut it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Should it have more miles of range? I mean, if you look at another diesel car, for example, like a Tayron, you're getting 48 mpg, 48 from a diesel. And this is getting 40 mpg averaging. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. What's the point of having it if it's less efficient? One really cool feature I like with this Santa Fe is you can literally stack up all your luggage in here. Don't worry about looking out of your rear view window, because you've got a camera here which is linked to your rear view mirror, and you can literally toggle to see the camera or toggle just to see the mirror. Really cool, which means you can just stack it up and use your camera when you're going on big trips with a lot of luggage. Let's talk about charging then with this plug-in hybrid. You've got a 13.8 kilowatt hour battery. It can do a max charge of 3.7 kilowatts. Yeah, not groundbreaking, but if you put it to a wall box, which is a 7 kilowatt, 0 to 100% is 4 hours. If you've got a 3-pin, that takes 6 hours. However, I actually plugged it in because it was delivered to me pretty low, about 10%. And when I put my 3-pin in, it said 6 hours and 30 minutes. Still, not too bad. Let me know what you think of the charge times. Let's talk about competition, because there's some banging 7-seaters out here in the UK market. So the Santa Fe plug-in hybrid premium starts at £51,885. You've got the Skoda Kodiaq plug-in hybrid SE, that's £41,935. We've got the VW Tayron e-hybrid life trim, that starts at £43,905. That's a good option. A Sorento, Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid, the 2 trim, £47,405, or Volvo XC90 T8 recharge, £72,760. Yeah, that's a bit much. Let me know out of that list which one you would have. A great thing this car has is regen paddles, and I love that they've actually made them metallic. So many brands that I jump in, they've got little plastic, cheap, nasty, flappy paddles. Like I had an RS6 once, like 120 grand car, plastic paddles. They've actually gone metallic paddles, and it's great. The left one is the one you use the most. 3 levels. If you press and hold it, it says max. I leave it on level 3. I lift off, and then that harvests back into my battery. Doesn't really bring you to a complete stop. You kind of carry your momentum a little bit forward, but that's okay, and it is really handy. Now, when you put it into sport mode, so you've got your buttons here, 2 buttons, because it's the four-wheel drive, I've got terrain options. I wouldn't say this is like the ultimate four-wheel drive off-roader, but if you're in snow, mud, and sand, that will maximise your traction when you are off-road, and that's good to have, and know that it's four-wheel drive with these plug-in hybrids. But when I go to sport, now the flappy paddles that were once regen in my eco mode are now gears. And to be fair, this 6-speed auto gearbox, when you are driving this car, you cannot tell the changes. It's that smooth. It does feel well refined in that aspect. So if you are someone that wants to put it in sport mode and then flick through the gears, you can do that. Again, I don't know many people that would want to drive this car fast, because then it starts to feel a little bit out of control because of the body roll movement. But it is there. They've given you that option. And then the other only mode we haven't spoke about is My Drive. And then that is when you can do your own settings. It's a bit like an individual mode. So you can set, your steering and the responsiveness of your accelerator. But really, really good. I'll tell you what else is really good. The brakes. They are not snatchy. And that's something you don't want in a big lumpy mass of a car. As soon as you stamp your foot on that brake, you can feel yourself progressively come to a halt. And that's one thing I've probably noticed having this car for a while is I've really enjoyed using the brakes. They've really given me good confidence, because sometimes when you're in a big car and they're a bit snatchy, it's not great. Okay, let's talk about lease deals then, because I think that's probably the best way into a Santa Fe because it's so much money. So I found a lease deal for £400 a month. That doesn't seem too bad. 5,000 miles per annum. You might want more. £4,800 up front as a payment, and it's a 2-year deal. I think that's not too bad for £400. Obviously, it's going to go up if you want more miles. Now, just for context, I compared it to a VW Tayron, also a 7-seater, and this was £300 a month, £100 cheaper. Same again, 5k miles, 3.5k up front, and a 2-year deal. So you're saving £100 a month. That's got 48 mpg as well. That was a diesel one, and compared to this one, which is a plug-in hybrid. But just a little food for thought there. Lease deals, if you're looking at getting a Santa Fe, have a little look at those as well and let me know what you think.
Okay, so that has been our episode on this Santa Fe. You'd have to let us know what you think about the car. Tell us your opinions, because we're slightly divided. It's quite a hard car to recommend because it's a great car. Like, it's got loads of really cool features and that sort of stuff we do really like. The front looks really cool, but there's a couple of things that just let it down. What do you think, Ollie?
I think what makes sense to me, the only way into one of these cars is a good lease deal. It's a lot of money to pay that equity over on a PCP. But anyway, I do love the look of the car. I think it's good. Again, it's divided. You'll have to let us know what you think about the Santa Fe down in the comments. If you like the episode, throw us a like, get a sub to Car Chat TV, and we will see you on the next one.